What is that in the sky? It's a bird. It's a plane? It's Ohio native Superman. A new Superman movie was released over the summer, and Northeast Ohio residents might have thought Metropolis looked very familiar. The movie, directed by James Gunn, was filmed in Cleveland, but that was no coincidence. Superman's connection to Cleveland is rooted in the character's creation by writer Jerry Siegel and artist Joe Shuster. In 1933, Siegel and Shuster, who were high school students at the time, first conceptualized the idea of Superman, a superpowered hero sent from a dying planet to Earth. They eventually sold the character to DC Comics, and Superman made his debut in Action Comics #1 in 1938. The release of the new movie coincided with the reveal of the new Superman statue in downtown Cleveland. It is located outside of the Huntington Convention Center. It was created by sculptor D.L. Deming and features Superman, Jerry Siegel, Joe Shuster, and Joanne Siegel, also known as the inspiration for Lois Lane. Let's learn how the city has embraced its connection to Superman over the years.
Superman is a symbol of hope, of what every man can be. Any man or woman can be super. Simple.
Superman is a Kryptonian. He was from the world of Krypton. The planet exploded. So Superman, as a baby, lands in Smallville. He is found by Martha and John Kent and raised as a normal Earthling. And then he started developing superpowers as he grew older. He started helping people with his superpowers. Back in the day, when I was starting all this, I would ask people all the time, do you know that Superman was created here? And it was like 50-50, which surprised me then. And these days, it's more likely you're gonna get a, oh yeah, I know that.
And did you know that Superman was created in Cleveland?
Oh yeah. Glenville, I believe.
Mm-hmm. It's common knowledge in the Glenville community that the best friends, Siegel and Shuster, grew up here, conceived of Superman here in the neighborhood, and we look for ways every day to promote and celebrate that.
So I'm the founding board secretary of the Siegel Shuster Society. Joe Shuster is my grandfather's first cousin, and so our whole goal is to honor and celebrate the creation of Superman in Cleveland, Ohio by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster.
Jerry's family lived on a street that's called Kimberly Avenue. And the house is still there, and our nonprofit renovated it in 2009. And there's a fence in front of it with a big Superman S. Joe Shuster, his family moved to the Glenville neighborhood, just 9 blocks away from the Siegel family. We put up a commemorative fence around the Shuster property. The actual house is no longer there. The fence around it has got all the panels from Action Comics #1. Glenville High School had a newspaper called The Torch. And so Jerry had his own column in there. Joe Shuster got on the Torch because he was a very good illustrator. So Jerry and Joe came up with their own comic strip.
They would take a streetcar down here to this very library, and they would look out at the terminal tower, which is right outside this window. And at one point, they imagined a man leaping over the terminal tower.
Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound.
This library is very important to the development of Superman because this is where they met and had their ideas. We may not have a museum in Cleveland, but this library pretty much has a lot of Superman in Cleveland information and exhibits.
This is actually Jerry Siegel's desk that was donated to the library by his daughter. One of the co-creators of Superman actually sat at this desk to write the Superman scripts for the comic book. And that is a copy of the very first appearance of what character was called Superman from Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. He was originally a supervillain with a hyphenated name, so it took a while to go through a bunch of different iterations of Superman and to come up with the final character that we know and love.
In the first issue published in 1938, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster outlined the elements of the superhero genre that would persist for the next 85 years. So on that first page, they capture the elements of Clark Kent's Superman's identity, his pro-social mission. He's determined to make the world better. his powers, and we see his costume, which shows us his identity. But it also shows the genius of Siegel and Shuster. They were able to outline the entire genre of the superhero in one single page.
In the more recent movies of Superman, the opening credits, when the name created by Jerry Siegel, Joe Shuster appeared, people in the audience applaud.
Yeah, it's so cool.
In Cleveland.
It's so cool.
And because there's enough people in that audience that know, yes, these guys are from here.
Yeah.
The whole thing started with these two teenagers in Cleveland. And I think that's just a great story that people should know.
Special thanks to former NewsDepth intern Alexandra Samame for producing that story. Great job, Alex. We are very proud of you. And that brings us to our first Write to Us of the season. We want you to create your very own comic book strip. And after you do it, you can send it to us by using our inbox form online or email us at newsdepth@ideastream.org. And next episode, we're going to share some of them.